Hi everyone, welcome to the VIMS campus. We're here at our CBNERR office today. We're going to talk a little bit about seining, what it is and why it's important. And normally during the school year we have field trips visit us, and we take those students out behind me here to the York River and we do some seining there. During the summertime we take our campers out to New Point, Virginia. So that's about an hour's drive from here, a little bit of a commute trip. And that's where we did our seining that you're about to see in a few minutes this past week. Now, seining happens with a seine net. So I have a pretty small size one here. And what happens is we'll have two people work the seine net, so one person on each pole. On the top of the net you have little buoys, so those will float right at the surface of the water as you pull that net. And at the bottom of the net will be weights, so that'll drag right along that sandy bottom. And so your partner is going to go ahead and pull that net together nice and slow and evenly towards the beach. And once you've reached that beach, that's where you can start identifying some of the animals that you've caught. And that's exactly why we do seining. So it's a great way to look at the diversity of that place that you're seining. So you can collect all types of invertebrates and vertebrates, and of course we're always going to be re-releasing them back into the river or into the bay. Something else that can happen is there's a lot of seasonal diversity. So what you're about to see when we went seining in New Point, this is around early May, so it's not quite warm enough yet to see a lot of those larger animals you see during the summertime. So in this video we are going to be including some animals that we found in previous summers. So those are, I guess some people would say, some of the cooler animals that you can find, but even during the early spring, or even late spring, you can still catch quite a few different types of animals. And so here at CBNERR we are permitted to collect certain species to ID them, but again, like I mentioned, we're always going to be re-releasing them back into the wild. So we hope that you guys enjoy our video. So we have a female, her apron is nice and wide, and our male has a nice narrow apron. So that's how you can tell the difference between our blue crabs.
So right here we have our line seahorse, and you can see it swimming around in the seine net. And right here we have, that's the female, and we also were able to catch a male, which is this one, and you can see on its belly that it's a little extended and he's actually pregnant. And the female will lay her eggs in the male's brood pouch, allowing him to fertilize them and to release them into the wild. And here we have a northern pipefish, and we were able to catch a couple, and just like the seahorse, you'll see that the male actually carries the babies as well. That little orange spot on his belly is where his babies are. And then you can see these are two bigger pipefish that we caught. So this is the northern sea robin, and you can see that it has two wings on its sides, and those are actually its fins that it uses to move itself around on the bottom. And it also has little feet-like structures on its bottom that it also uses to feel for food into sand. And this is the black-cheeked tonguefish, and you can see that it has both eyes on the top of its head, and they lay flat on the bottom, similar to flounder, and they can kind of change their color to what they're laying on. And as you can see, they're pretty small fish. This is about the average size. They don't get much bigger.
Southern stingrays are a common species found during the summertime in the Chesapeake Bay. They blend in perfectly with the sandy and muddy bottom. This is where they pick up on those vibrations in order to hunt for their prey. These animals can weigh up to 160 pounds, but we never want to handle them because they do have a barb at the base of their tail, and it can be dangerous. Here we have a diamondback terrapin. Terrapins are a type of turtle that are found in brackish water, so that's a mixture of fresh and salt water. Female terrapins come out of the marsh during the summertime to lay their nests.
So this right here is a northern stargazer, and they are ambush predators and hide under the sand. You can see that his eyes are on the top of his head, and his mouth is as well. So they'll lay and look, and then when something swims over them, they will hop out and have an electrical pulse come out in the water and stun their prey and eat it. And this one is a northern puffer, and you can see it's pretty big, and it has little spikes on its skin. So they're not like an actual pufferfish where they have very sharp spikes, but they have like sandpaper on their skin. And they blow up when they get attacked by a predator, so that's their self-defense.